What's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about bad car parts. So this is a video that I've been wanting to make for quite some time. It's something that I've seen since joining this community. So I've owned my B5 S4 for about a year and a half now. Bought it in December of 2014. And what I've noticed is a lot of people complaining and bitching about basically getting ripped off, getting bad parts, getting parts that were not as described, all kinds of issues like that. And it's even happened to me, and I get it. It really pisses you off. You spend good money on parts thinking that, well, even though you might have spent hundreds of dollars, you might have still saved hundreds of dollars by buying used parts. So I mean, I get it. Like, I got a box of parts right here that I've had it happen to me. Like, I mean, I got a clock spring I bought and it partially works. The guy said, oh, I'll make it right, I'll find you another one. Never heard from him. So the latest part that I bought was the HID igniter. That actually worked. So if you're watching this and you sold me that, thank you. It was from eBay, so probably not watching this. But I mean, I get it, guys, but you got to remember the risk of buying used car parts. Especially, like, I see these guys that buy used turbos, sight unseen, maybe just a couple pictures here or there, the description, oh yeah, they're great. Guys, you're buying fucking turbos that, at idle spin at probably thousands of RPMs, and then when you get them, you're like, wow, these are cracked, they're blowing oil through them, they pop after they've only been on your car for 1,000 miles, who knows what. You gotta be smart about your decisions to buy used parts, and I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I'm not smart, and I'm learning the hard way that a lot of times used parts isn't the way to go. Like, check this out. I bought these kind of when I first got my car. These are RS4 intercoolers, like actual RS4 intercoolers. I bought them almost a year ago, so I had the car for about 5-6 months when I bought these used. And I bought these kind of as a kit that went along with a bunch of other parts. And some of those I've used already and some I've yet to use. Well, when I bought the damn things, I was like, hey, it's just an intercooler. Like, we're not talking about like a radiator or anything else. Like, you're gonna know if it leaks, right? So I just bought it, whatever. I've had it in a box for the last year or so. Well, I was just about to rip my entire car apart to install these things. And I was like, you know what? Everyone's having all kinds of problems with stuff. I don't know anything about the guy that I bought these from. So why don't I kind of, see if I can test these or check them out before I rip the whole damn car apart, right? So I had an actual mechanic, fabricate these caps. So he capped it off. He applied some air to it. Guess what? Both the motherfuckers leak. That's happening right now. Okay. Yeah. I forgot where this one's marked. Oh, it's right here at the corner. And the other one leaks at the same corner, basically. Yeah, I spent probably about $400+ for that damn thing. Well, for both of them. I got two of them. Both of them leak. So, guess who's pissed? But, I try to get basically upgraded intercoolers for half the price. I could have bought new ones, brand new ones, for $800-900, and I was like, hey, these are a deal. Guess what? They weren't a fucking deal. So, be careful, guys. Be careful out there. You look through the forums and stuff, and you see posts from 10+ years ago where the big boys are playing. They were all out there upgrading their S4s, like they were the first ones, pushing the envelope, all that stuff, testing everything out. Those guys had legit cash that they were throwing into the game here. So I understand when you're like, oh, you get this car for cheap, you fix it up, you're like, oh, I want to make it fast for cheap. It doesn't quite work that way. So, like certain things you can get away with. Like, I bought a pair of used KO3 turbos for $110. I don't know a damn thing about them. There's not much shaft play, so I would presume they're okay. But at the same time, guess what? They're $100 set of turbos. So they may work, they may not work. One might work, the other one might be crap. I don't know. But I bought them as cheap insurance. If my turbos go out and I can't afford to upgrade to what I want at the time that these stock ones go out, I got them. I got them sitting around. I'm not scrambling to find turbos. So, you know, some of the things that I would say to be careful about buying used are turbos. Intercoolers usually aren't a problem, but when you first get them, test them. However, whatever means you have for testing them, install them, do a leak test on your whole car if that's the only type of tester you have. But test them right away, so that way you know, like, oh, it doesn't work, or there's a leak, or there's a problem. Then you can get your money back right away. I didn't even think about it. I was like, why would someone scam me out of, you know, intercoolers, right? Yeah, the same guy was trying to sell me used turbos for dirt cheap too. Well, I learned that too. I was like, no. I also wanted to say something about OEM parts. You know, a lot of people are talking shit about stage 3 builds. You know, a lot of people still want to go with KO4s. Everyone's like, well, go with RS6 turbos or Franken turbos for half the price and double the horsepower and all that. Guess what, guys? They're not going to last. And, you know, I'm sure there's a few people out there that, oh yeah, they, you know, oh, it's great, whatever. Depends on what you're going for with your particular build. You know, if you're trying to build a fast daily driver, I wouldn't recommend any of these hybrids or any of this other junk. It is what it is. Some of them, they give you a warranty with them, but, you know, you got to have it installed by a legit mechanic and this and that, and you can read all about the stories about people trying to get warranted replacement parts because their shit blows up. But you know what? You want to go with a nice solid stage 3, pay to play. You know, like KO4 Borg Warners, yeah, they're going to be, you know, $1,500 or $2,000 a piece. Yeah, that's a lot of money, but guess what? They're OEM. They're designed to last 150,000 miles or whatever. So that's all I have to say about it. Is you got to figure out what you want to do with your build. If you want a budget build, but then by all means, to roll the dice. But for those of you that are considering buying one of these as a daily driver, mine's a daily driver. And if you notice, like, I haven't posted videos in months because I've been driving my car for 6 months straight. No problems. I got leaks. I got a couple fluid leaks, but that's because my car has almost 150,000 miles. So you'll even see people that have stage 3 builds where they're like, yeah, I just strapped turbos to it and resealed the engine. And everyone's like, well, it's still got, you know, 150,000 miles on the engine. It's like, yeah, because these things will last. You know, depending on what you're going for and what you're building it as. So anyone that's out there that's new to the game, I just mainly wanted to make this video for you guys. Like, just be careful out there, because a lot of people are getting out of this game and moving on to something newer or different, and they're dumping all their old shit. Well, you know, the parts are still fetching good money used, but a lot of these guys, they're just selling junk. You know, they're just taking your money and robbing you. So let me know if any of you guys out there have any aftermarket intercoolers that you want to sell. And no, I don't want a front mount intercooler. I don't care if it flows better, looks better, whatever. I'm not going to draw little teeth on it and make it look like it's, you know, eating Evos and Subarus up. I don't give a shit. Like, no, I want a clean stage 3 build, and maybe not even stage 3, but just a solid stage 2 build. You know what? I'm cool with that, whatever. So any of you guys out there that have any intercoolers that may be for sale or whatever, or know of any deals on one, or I should say a pair of them, let me know, hit me up. I'm still looking for them. I'm gonna have to replace these. If you remember way back, my stock intercoolers, the one popped apart, so I'm sure I have a boost leak of some sorts. So let's make this happen. Otherwise, I'm leaning towards maybe the SRM side mount intercoolers. They're not as sexy and they don't flow quite as well as some of the other brands like Wagner's or whatever, but they offer the modification or a bracket for Tiptronic cars. My car's Tiptronic, whatever. Okay, so I'm all ears though. If you guys have any recommendations for upgraded side mounts, or what do you guys use, I just saw a guy the other day post some time slips. He's running 11s with just, he said, an RS6 stage 3 build with side mount intercoolers. And it is what it is, right? So, yeah, stay tuned for more. You know what's fucking awesome? Storing heavy car parts way up high. So when you're putting the box back, you know, shit falls like my, you know, rollerblades from 1989. And yeah, look at that. Fucking believable. So there you have it. This is why we can't have nice things. Yeah, that's definitely a dent. Wow.